When I was a kid, one of my heroes was a guy named Bob Riggle, because he had a car that could do something nobody else's car could do.
What if I told you Jay Leno's garage isn't just a car collection, but a secret time machine filled with million-dollar machines, untold stories, and gifts from total strangers? From mystery donations to near-death moments, what's really hiding behind those garage doors will leave you speechless. Stay with me, because what we're about to reveal isn't in any museum or magazine, but it might just change the way you look at fame, fortune, and passion forever. Jay Leno, America's beloved late-night host and gearhead extraordinaire, has always had a certain sparkle in his eye when talking about cars. But what if we told you that behind his warm smile and witty punchlines lies a secret world that very few have seen? A world so vast, mysterious, and mind-blowingly rare that it's practically a private museum, hidden in plain sight. The doors to Jay's garage have finally cracked open, and what lies beyond is more than just chrome and horsepower. It's a lifetime of obsession, storytelling, and a love for machines that borders on sacred. Jay Leno's public image has long been that of a late-night icon, a host who could make millions laugh. But off-camera, away from the celebrity spotlight, Jay nurtured a passion that ran even deeper than comedy. While others splurged on yachts or art, Jay's heart raced for vintage horsepower and mechanical marvels. Long before he earned his Hollywood status, young Jay was just another struggling comic dreaming of one day owning a classic car. As his career soared, so did his collection, and soon, whispers about a massive, mysterious garage began to swirl. Some said it was the biggest private collection in the country. Others claimed it housed treasures no museum could match. Tucked away in Burbank, California lies a place so exclusive, even some A-listers haven't seen it. Dubbed the Big Dog Garage, this sprawling sanctuary isn't your typical concrete carport. It's a colossal haven filled with everything from antique speedsters to futuristic supercars. The actual number of vehicles stored inside? Still a mystery, but insiders estimate it's well into the hundreds, if not more. And while Jay has teased us with occasional glimpses on his YouTube channel, the full scope has remained mostly hidden, until now. What sets Jay apart from other collectors is more than just the sheer size of his fleet. It's how intimately connected he is to every machine. He's not a passive owner. He's an active curator, a hands-on builder, a storyteller who understands every curve, gear, and piston in his collection. Instead of letting cars sit behind velvet ropes, Jay brings them to life, restoring, maintaining, and even driving them. His vehicles aren't trophies, they're living memories. Some of the motorcycles in his garage are so rare, even seasoned collectors have never seen their like. Others were salvaged from junkyards, now gleaming with new life after painstaking restorations. There's something captivating about the way Jay moves through his garage. It's not just storage, it's a personal archive of everything he's ever loved. You can feel it in how he speaks about each piece. These aren't just cars, they're symbols of his journey from humble beginnings to household name. Growing up without much, Jay's dream of owning even one classic car was once far-fetched. Now every polished fender and vintage engine stands as a reminder of how far he's come. Each vehicle tells a story, not just of automotive history, but of personal triumph. Even after stepping away from late-night TV, Jay didn't slow down. If anything, retirement gave him more time to dive deeper into his lifelong hobby. The Big Dog Garage evolved into something greater than a storage space. It became a classroom, a studio, a restoration hub, and above all, a sanctuary. Those lucky enough to visit describe the feeling as stepping into a time capsule. One minute you're staring at a century-old steam-powered relic. The next, a space-age jet car that looks like it belongs on Mars. Some cars sparkle under the lights, freshly polished and seemingly untouched by time. Others show signs of wear, faded paint, scuffed leather, age-worn beauty. But Jay treasures them equally. Their imperfections are part of their story, and Jay is their devoted caretaker. For him, it's never been about the price tag. It's always been about the journey, both his and theirs. What really sets the garage apart, though, is how functional it is. This isn't just a place to admire machines, it's where they're reborn. Inside this 122,000 square foot compound, yes, nearly the size of 2 football fields, you'll find more than just rows of rare vehicles. There's a fully equipped machine shop where custom parts are crafted by hand. Can't find a part? They make it from scratch. There's a dedicated restoration bay where rust-covered relics are taken apart, cleaned, rebuilt, and reintroduced to the road. It's not fast work, but it's passionate, and it's real. And yes, there's even a custom car wash designed for ultra-delicate rides. Jay doesn't rush through the cleaning process. Every curve is carefully tended to, showing a level of care that's almost meditative. It's clear, this place isn't a garage. It's a living, breathing dream factory. Jay navigates the space with the familiarity of a man walking through his life's chapters. He remembers the backstory of every vehicle, where it came from, how he found it, what it means to him. This isn't just about motors and mechanics. It's about memory and meaning. There are no gold-plated floors or marble countertops, just oil-stained tiles, well-used tools, and shelves filled with the legacy of a man who found peace in pistons. It's rare to see a celebrity build something not for fame, not for show, but for sheer joy. And that's exactly what Jay Leno has done. His garage is more than a collection. It's a lifelong labor of love, tucked behind plain walls in Southern California. But the biggest question remains, what haven't we seen yet? Could this mechanical paradise hold more secrets than we realize? And as we dig deeper into Jay's world, one thing becomes clear. This isn't just about the cars, it's about the man behind them. And the story has only just begun. It's hard to imagine, but that jaw-dropping price tag for a single vehicle? It's now worth over $20 million. That car, the McLaren F1, isn't just a machine. It's an icon, a symbol of an era where raw performance met seamless elegance, when innovation meant rewriting the rules of speed and design. Every curve, every line on that car whispers of greatness. And today, it stands among the most treasured vehicles ever built. Now picture something out of a sci-fi movie. That's the 2006 EcoJet, a custom-built car designed just for Jay Leno. This isn't your average supercar. It runs on a turbine engine powered by biofuel. Yes, jet power. Driving it feels more like floating through air than rolling on pavement. It's a fusion of futuristic energy and wild ambition, something only a dreamer like Jay would dare to bring to life. But Jay's love for engines doesn't stop at the futuristic. It travels back in time, too. Take the 1906 Stanley Steamer. It doesn't roar. It hisses. It takes its time, slowly building pressure before gliding down the street in silence, letting out little puffs of steam like a ghost from a forgotten age. Jay's affection for steam cars runs deep, and he's lovingly restored several, each a nod to when engineering meant trial, error, and magic. And then there's the Duesenberg Model X, a name that alone evokes vintage luxury. Only a few ever existed. Jay owns the fifth known to survive. This isn't just a car, it's a rolling sculpture, a monument to craftsmanship. Intricately carved wood interiors, handcrafted metal details, every part breathes the pride of its creators. You don't just drive a Duesenberg, you experience it. Nestled among the rarities are electric vehicles. Yes, electric cars from over a century ago. The 1909 Baker Electric, silent, elegant, and ahead of its time, is a standout. His wife Mavis holds a special fondness for this one. It's practical, simple, and charming in a way modern cars can't replicate. It's no wonder this humble vehicle earns its own spotlight. Tucked in a quieter corner are two Doble steam cars, one a sedan, the other a roadster, both once owned by the enigmatic Howard Hughes. These machines carry not just engineering weight, but Hollywood legacy. Their sleek, understated designs conceal layers of untold stories. Just when you think Jay's garage can't get any more surprising, you spot tanks. Real tanks. Restored, maintained, and ready to roll. It's a clear sign that Jay's fascination with machines knows no boundaries. But Jay doesn't just collect, he shares. His garage isn't a vault, it's a classroom. Through Jay Leno's garage, he opens doors to this mechanical wonderland, turning every vehicle into a story, a lesson, a piece of living history. With his longtime friend and garage manager Bernard Jucli at his side, they breathe life into steel and rubber, restoring and maintaining every piece with careful dedication. Together, they don't just keep engines running, they preserve legacies. Bernard's technical brilliance complements Jay's storytelling charm. Whether it's a complex engine rebuild or polishing the brass on a 1920s classic, they approach every task with a craftsman's pride. And Jay's love for cars spills into his writing. His column in Popular Mechanics isn't just about nuts and bolts. It's about heart. With wit and warmth, He breaks down the complex into the relatable, offering advice, memories, and reflections. His voice reaches from glossy pages to global screens, even influencing the video game L.A. Noire. Developers from Team Bondi visited Jay's garage to scan dozens of vintage vehicles, recreating 1940s Los Angeles with stunning realism. That level of authenticity, it started with Jay opening his garage and his knowledge. But beyond the engines and frames, it's the stories behind each vehicle that truly shine. Every car is a time capsule. His collection of experimental and concept cars, machines that never made it to production, are glimpses into alternate automotive timelines. They represent risks taken, visions dreamed, and futures imagined by the boldest designers of their time. Jay's affection for alternative fuel technology stands out like a beacon. While most collectors focus on rarity, he pursues innovation. His garage houses steamers, century-old electrics, and the legendary Chrysler turbine car, a sleek wonder of the 1960s, one of only 9 survivors out of 55. And yes, it still runs. Another standout? The 1937 Cord 812. Even at a glance, it demands attention, but it's the hidden gems, retractable headlights, aerodynamic curves, and front-wheel drive that make it revolutionary. Jay keeps it pristine, honoring what it meant for its era and what it continues to represent today. Then there's the legendary 1955 Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing. With its iconic upward-opening doors, it's a vision of grace and performance. This isn't just a car, it's a dream frozen in chrome. Jay treasures it not just for its looks, but for its spirit. But what truly stuns visitors to Jay's garage isn't always the machines, it's what they represent. Jay doesn't just own these cars, he remembers them. Every bolt, every repair, every journey is documented, preserved with care for the next curious mind. His records are meticulous, and they ensure that long after the engines fall silent, the stories keep running. What started as a personal hobby has grown into a movement, a celebration of ingenuity, resilience, and nostalgia. Jay's garage is more than a space for cars. It's a sanctuary where past meets present, where forgotten dreams find their voice again. And just when you think you've seen it all, another hidden tale rolls out from the shadows. And trust us, you haven't seen the wildest part yet. What Jay does with these cars will flip everything you thought you knew about his collection on its head. Jay Leno's world isn't built on flash, it's built on fascination. Behind every polished chrome bumper and roaring engine in his garage lies a story. A heartbeat from the past kept alive by a man who never stopped being a curious kid with a wrench. But what happens when a man who seems unstoppable is suddenly tested by the very machines he loves? Here's where Jay's story takes a dramatic shift, and it's not one you'd expect from someone who spent a lifetime in the fast lane. One of the most unexpected elements of his legacy is how his collection became more than just ownership. Some of his most prized cars weren't bought, they were gifted. Strangers mailed him keys with handwritten letters, trusting him not only to fix the cars, but to resurrect their memories. That kind of trust? It speaks volumes. Imagine this. A dusty convertible that hasn't moved in 30 years arrives at Jay's garage. Instead of sitting behind velvet ropes, it's brought back to life, one bolt at a time. And then it's not stashed away, it's driven. Jay doesn't just restore cars, he revives forgotten pieces of family legacies, turning each ride into a moving tribute. It's not uncommon to see him on the streets of Burbank, smiling behind the wheel of a rare classic, waving back at awestruck passersby. And here's the kicker. He has no entourage, no bodyguards, just the man, the machine, and the road. For Jay, the thrill isn't in the value. It's in the velocity of emotion tied to every drive. But it's not all picture perfect. Even in this paradise of pistons and gears, there have been painful detours. November 2022 brought a shocking twist. Jay suffered devastating burns from an unexpected fire in his garage. His face and hands were severely injured, and he underwent reconstructive procedures. Just months later, in early 2023, a motorcycle crash left him with multiple broken bones. Then, as if fate wasn't done testing him, another fall in late 2024 sent him tumbling down a hill, breaking his wrist. You'd think that might slow him down, right? Not Jay. He came back swinging, not with bravado but with quiet resilience. He refused to become a tragic headline. Instead, he rolled up his sleeves, bandaged or not, and kept tinkering. What's even more fascinating is how Jay's garage functions like a well-oiled ecosystem. He doesn't go it alone. His team, some of the best mechanics and engineers in the business, treat each car like a living organism. They rotate which ones are started, inspected, or driven daily. It's less like a storage facility and more like a symphony of steel, each vehicle playing its part under expert hands. Machines are meant to move, Jay often says, and it's a philosophy that guides every inch of his operation. Even the rarest, most irreplaceable models aren't locked away. They're shared with museums, schools, and fans who never thought they'd touch history. And then there's his passion for giving back. Since 1985, Jay has poured time and money into the Love Ride, a massive charity motorcycle event. He's helped raise millions for causes like autism support and medical aid for children. This isn't a publicity stunt. It's personal. When Jay shows up, people know it's not just about engines. It's about empathy. Even when he was recovering from injuries, he didn't back away from charity work. In fact, he doubled down. Because to him, riding means more when it's done with purpose. But let's talk luxury. Because under Jay's humble attitude lies a world of wealth few can fathom. His net worth is estimated north of $450 million, largely fueled by a career that spans stand-up comedy, late-night hosting, and a wildly successful car-centric media empire. Among his collection are ultra-rare gems like the 1937 Bugatti Atlantic, McLaren P1, and his beloved 1909 Baker Electric. He's known to favor brands like Rolex and Patek Philippe for his wristwear, and while he owns real estate in high-end pockets of Los Angeles, it's his Burbank garage, spanning over 100,000 square feet, that steals the spotlight. He flies private when needed, owns a fleet that rivals many museums, and ensures his vehicles and collection meticulously through specialized historical vehicle policies. One of Jay's strongest financial habits? Long-term investing. He avoids flashy speculation and builds wealth through passion and patience. His biggest advice? Don't buy it unless you can afford to lose it. Jay's life teaches us this. True luxury isn't in locking things away, it's in sharing them. He hasn't hoarded success, he's used it to inspire curiosity, joy, and connection. And in a city like Hollywood, where image often overshadows substance, Jay has quietly redefined legacy. Instead of marble statues or golden trophies, his legacy hums under hoods, glides on highways, and echoes in laughter shared with strangers who became part of his ride. Jay Leno's garage might look like a mechanical wonderland, but at its core, it's a place of learning, healing, and hope. Each car tells a tale of innovation. Each visitor leaves with something more than they came with. It's not just an archive of automotive history, it's a living, breathing memoir. And while the engines might cool between drives, the stories, the memories, and the heart behind each restoration never fade. So what keeps a man like Jay going? Even after burns, breaks, and bruises, it's the thrill of discovery, the joy of bringing forgotten things back to life, the belief that history, when shared, becomes future. That's Jay's real fuel, and it never runs out. If this story moved you, hit like and subscribe, and keep riding with us, because the next journey is just around the corner. Jay taught us that a good engine purrs, but a great story roars. And there you have it. Jay Leno's garage isn't just rows of rare cars, it's a living, breathing tribute to passion, history, and pure craftsmanship. From million-dollar classics to heartfelt donations, each vehicle tells a story. And so does Jay. We've seen his setbacks, his strength, and how he keeps rolling forward no matter what. If this peek inside his world fascinated you, go ahead, hit that like button, drop your favorite Jay Leno moment in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more untold celebrity stories and unexpected reveals. We've got more legends, more drama, and more jaw-dropping secrets coming your way. Because in the world of Hollywood and horsepower, nothing's ever just for show. Jay Leno doesn't just drive history, he keeps it alive.